Morning, everyone, and a welcome to Knitique in Elk Grove, California, and KnitiqueYarns.com coming to you live on Terrific Thursday. I feel like I used that for Tuesday too, but I got to think of another good descriptive T word. You guys can help me with that. What's a good descriptive T word? Has to be a positive word, obviously.
Yeah. I'm
So,
drawing a blank.
I don't know.
Everything starts with something that's not a T. I'm like, oh, I'll have to keep trying.
It's like, and the only ones I can think of, I'm like, yeah, that's not a positive word, so that doesn't work. Like, you guys have to help me. I have to have something other than terrific, because I already used that.
Stupendous has a T in it. That's all I can do.
You're hilarious.
I know.
Hilarious. She's hilarious. Oh my gosh, she was already cracking me up this morning, so it doesn't take much to crack me up right now, because I don't know, she said something weird and then I lost it, because,
Yeah.
that's what I do. So we have so much to talk about right now. Good morning, everyone, because we have a grand prize, a daily prize, Danielle's birthday prize, and yarn. So I don't even know how I'm going to do it all, so let's just go for it. So starting off, we have this beautiful cashmere and silk and beads birthday cake from Art Yarns. This is the limited edition LYS Day colorway in the cashmere ombre. So you've got that beautiful slow color transition and then the gorgeous beaded silk and sequins to go with. This is a like $280 value prize.
$307 to be exact. Oh, that was with tax.
I did the wrong math yesterday then. Oh, because you did it with tax.
It's around $300.
Because the tax man is a lot.
Yeah. We'll say $300.
So I went with the before tax amount. I guess we need to have a powwow on when we're valuing prizes, before tax or after tax.
I think I looked at it.
Because I always do before.
Yeah, that would make sense. That's okay. It's very generous. We love it.
Either way, it's a fabulous prize that now, well, a couple days ago, through the 27th of this month, every purchase gets an entry into this drawing. It doesn't matter big purchase, little purchase. It doesn't matter online or in person. Every time you check out is going to get you an entry. And then on Danielle's actual birthday, the 28th, she will draw to see who the lucky winner is of this fabulous bundle of luxury. I should have got my sweater out. If you've never knit with cashmere ombre, do it. You need this yarn in your life. I don't want to knit with anything else anymore. I just want to knit with cashmere all the time. Maybe some beaded silk and sequins, because that's not taking it too far down the notch. But it's like knitting with air. It's so soft. It's like nothing's in your hands.
It's awesome.
It's amazing, and I just want it in all the things now. So if you've never had the chance to experience this, make sure you give yourself a chance. Save yourself a full card. Wait till your birthday. Splurge now. Tell your family to buy you gift certificates. Whatever it takes to get cashmere ombre in your life, do it. You will not regret it. Right, Lisa? So lovely to knit with. Okay, so that's Danielle's birthday prize. Then we have the grand prize, which is all going to come in this really fun tote bag from Dream in Color that they gifted to us for LYS Day, with this beautiful silk screen design on the front and our logo on the back. It is a big enough tote bag for scale. You can fit a cat in it. Everybody knows about how big a cat is. So
yeah, you can fit a cat in it.
It's a good scale. I mean, if it was open, my cat would be in it, because, general rule, bag open, cat in.
Yes.
So all of your goodies that go with this grand prize will be in that fun bag. We have 4 skeins of Linen Whisper, which is our 100% linen line that is DK weight. We have 137 yards per skein, 2 skeins of color 1 fawn, and 2 skeins of color 5 moss. So the beautiful olivey green, and the soft sand color. There is enough yardage in those skeins to potentially do the Sportay cowl with both colors all the way up through the infinity cowl size, because you have the yardage to cover that length. Or you could do the smaller medium, but you have enough to do this beautiful striped one with both colors. Or you can do one color in the SIlverpoint cowl, which is this beautiful elongated cable pattern with knits and pearls in between, so it gives it like a quilted block effect. It reminds me of those wedding ring quilts where they have those little overlap circles.
It does, yeah.
So you could do that out of one color. See, Stacy knows what I mean.
Yeah, that's funny.
And then Fishnets, which is a beautiful mesh lace cowl, you could do with the other color. And you actually have enough to do the longest size of that one in just one color as well. Then along with yarn and patterns and a bag, you get 144 locking stitch markers, so you can afford to lose a few, step on a few, whatever.
Don't step on them.
Well, if you're on shoes, it's okay.
Okay.
4 wool dryer balls in a handy little drawstring bag. Best option for your laundry ever. And then last but not least, the really cute, less people, more dogs socks.
Ellen, you're funny.
Her autocorrect likes to do that. Like, have you guys noticed that autocorrect gets stuck on things and then it's like, yep, we're doing this forever. You're done.
That's why I was surprised your one came out correct this morning.
Right? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let me finish up the grand prize. So how you get entered in the grand prize drawing for the entire month of July. Every purchase that you make gets entries. It includes purchases made online at NitiqueYarns.com, over the phone with us, or in person in the boutique. Every time you check out is going to get you an entry. And then on Tuesday, August 1st, yes, the 1st, we will draw to see who the lucky winner is.
I'm laughing. Helen corrected the
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
strange thing.
My weird one that we're like, oh, good, it didn't stick. Or maybe not, oh, good, it didn't stick.
I know,
was
right?
Yesterday I texted Wahoo and hit send without looking, and it sent shop with 3 exclamation points. Now, I did type 3 exclamation points. It didn't randomly add that. So then when I sent it this morning, we were all surprised that it actually sent Wahoo and not shop again. But, you know, I was talking to a yarn person, so yeah, shop. Buy more yarn.
Shop is good.
Cashmere. Make yourself happy. Hello. Like, my phone just knew what really needed to be said in that moment because they'd finished their project, so they needed more yarn.
Yeah.
Because that's what you do when you finish a project. You go buy more yarn.
Just saying, there might
Just
be
me?
a picture of a blue sweater on the collective if you guys want to know what we're talking about.
Might be.
I don't know if it's
It
actually
might
there.
belong. I'm pretty sure it's there. It might belong to a certain individual who's related to the camera holder.
Might.
Just maybe. Just possibly. All right, so on to our daily drawing. This is one skein of a really fun worsted weight yarn that is a organic cotton. It is 140 yards per skein. It has this really fun kind of thick, thin texture. You can see if I get a strand up right here. You've got the kind of fat, slubby bit and then this tight, skinny bit. So it's going to go in and out on that thickness, which makes it really good for patterns with not a lot going on. So we paired it with our Escanaba Cowl pattern, which has this little bias rib pattern and then straight ribbing at the end. And you'll have enough for the small or the medium on this one, just maybe not quite as wide. So I would probably just do like 2/3 of what it says here and then switch to your straight ribbing. Or just do it all in this. It doesn't have to have the straight ribbing on the edge. It can be all that beautiful spiral rib pattern. And how you get entered into the daily drawing is by interacting with our videos. So if you react to the video with these little bubbles, then you get 1 entry per reaction. If you comment on the video with one of the shortcuts, type your own, then you'll get 5 entries per comment. And then if you share the video with the handy dandy arrow to your friends, to your stories, wherever you share, all you have to do is come back to that day's video and write shared to and where. And that's going to get you 11 entries per share. And it is cumulative, so the more interactions you're doing, the more entries you're getting, and then it goes into the next day's drawings. So today's winner is determined off of yesterday's video interactions. There must be a lag this morning. I'm not getting any of the bubbles. All right, so we will find out who today's lucky winner is.
Shelly Williams, congratulations. Shelly, are you local-ish?
She is.
I don't remember. Well, if you pop in the boutique, let us know you have a prize, and we will get it from the cabinet for you. If you are not able to make it in person, next time you make a purchase online, let us know in the notes you have a prize, and we will include it in your pretty pink package. Our favorite scarf cuffs, shawl cuff, I can't word. Ooh, we have a teal one. I thought we were out of those. It's a little green on the camera on my end, but it's teal. It's so pretty.
Well, and you know, color is so relative. What I call teal or turquoise, someone else is going to be like, no, that's aqua.
Yeah, Danielle and I had a discussion on Tuesday about teal. She saw blue, I saw green. It's weird how that works. My child was that way too. They see things differently than I do.
I had a whole, I don't know if she's on, but Texas Lynn, I had a whole like long drawn out debate with her one day on the difference between teal and aqua. And I don't think we ever really came to a consensus. I think we just went for, we're going to agree to disagree because we could be at this forever. Like, you know, neither one of us were being unkind about it. We just were like, no, it's this way. I can't agree with you. I'm sorry.
If we look at our little box of yarn, oh, it looks blue on the camera. The one right next to the purple in person, to me, it's a blue teal. I don't know. It's weird. Color is
strange. Oh, yeah, see, Roxanne said teal is darker than aqua.
Yes.
Yes, until you get out the muted teal in the Prismacolor box.
Oh my goodness.
just to mess with the whole routine. It's like it's all relative until they throw in another wrench in the plan.
It is.
Like, it's like it is until it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the rules apply until they don't. I mean, look, Pantone called what I call vermilion magenta. And I'm like, no, vermilion.
Yeah.
Not magenta. So, I give up. It's whatever you want to call it. All right, so we have fabulous yarn this morning that is not letting me pin it. Stay. There we go, I think.
It's there now.
Okay. I was going to have to give the computer a talking to because that was going to work.
Yeah.
So we have a fabulous one of kind of my new favorite of the summer yarns. I love all the projects Karen's knit out of it. This is the Summer Tweed. It comes in degradés and it comes in solids. So you can pair them together. You can start with, like, it'd be really fun to kind of like start with a solid, do a little bit of like a fade sequence to blend them out and keep going into your fade to get your transitions where you want them. But lots of beautiful colors. I'll start with the degradés. Color 103 is this beautiful kind of sage to leaf to spring green into like a super soft lemon yellow. This light blush pink peach color to more of a pink into this coral and melon in the middle. My computer says there's no video. I think we're back. So that is color 103 with that gorgeous kind of springy palette. This one's my favorite. This is color 100. It's like rainbow sherbet.
Yeah.
Spring flower garden, you know. Beautiful, soft colors. You've got the leaf green. Here's that muted teal I was talking about. And then it shifts into kind of a lavender, then a rose pink, some coral, some melon, some lemon, and then it goes back into kind of like a limey green in the middle.
It's so pretty.
Right? Alright, I'm going to do all the degradés, and then we'll do some patterns, and then the solids. Then this one has been a really popular color, partially because of the crescent shawl that Karen knit out of it. This is color 101. It's got some kind of taupe, rose pink, a little melon, lemon. I love this kind of weird sage color where the lemon and the lavender overlap. You're like, how did that still make a pretty color? But it did. And then it gets a little more lavender to this kind of dark lilac. And then there's this nice camel color in the middle.
Patty says she's knitting with it now and loves it.
Yay! And then last but not least of the degradés, we have color 104. This one's totally for the like foresty people. You've got your spring green, more of a lime, some of that muted teal, some caramel and chocolate, and then this darker like watercolor forest green. It's not quite forest green because it's a little softer than that. So it's like if you did that color in watercolors, how they're a little softer palette.
That's a Darla color.
Right?
I'm torn between these two. They're my favorites.
So lots of fun projects you can do out of this yarn. The interval shawl by Jared Flood would be really fun to do in the degradés because it's just this really easy triangle shawl. This one's a good one of the switcheroo of the stitch patterns. You've got like this mostly stockinette background with garter ridges and these little garter dashes in the top part, and then mostly garter stitch with little stockinette valleys in the bottom part. Like here somebody actually did it in different shades to give it an ombre effect. But this one would only take, let's see, 4 skeins for the small, 5 skeins for the large. You could easily make this any size though. Like the small is 50-inch wingspan, so that's still pretty good size. If you wanted it a little more shawlette, you could get away with 3 skeins and just do less of the garter stitch at the end. Like if you have to stop 2 repeats earlier, no one would know.
This one, she has a short amount of garter on it.
Yeah, but it's like you could stop even that one. You could stop a garter section early if you needed to. Like no one needs to know. So that is the Interval Shawl by Jared Flood. The Togue Pond by Pam Allen, if you just want a really cute, simple tank. I love the decrease shaping on this, how she did it kind of far in, so it makes like this little 1-inch placket kind of look.
It's really nice.
And then it's a little higher in the back, straight across the back neck. It has sizes from 33 to 54 and only takes 3 to 4 skeins. Because look at the gauge. That's fast knitting right there. Only 16 stitches. And this one it's bottom up in the round, so you could easily, this is one where it'd be fun to do like the degradé until you get to the divide, and then do a solid that coordinates with it, just blend it in at the top.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Right? All right, one more.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Ondulata. Just sounds like gelato.
Yeah.
But this is, I really like Justina Lurkowska's patterns. She's the one that I always recommend if you want to learn to do brioche. This is not a brioche pattern, but if she can write brioche clearly, she can write anything clearly, because to a lot of people, brioche is clear as mud. So her patterns are amazing. This one, she used lots of different colors to do this feather and fan section in the middle, but it'd be really fun to just use the summer tweed for the whole thing and let it blend out how it blends out. You're going to get lots of beautiful movement with that ripple pattern. And it's just easy, garter stitch at the top, ripple pattern, garter stitch at the end. And let's see, yardage wise, 2 skeins.
Nice.
All right, let's show you guys some more colors, because we've also got all of the beautiful solids that go with this one. And some of them, like for example, this first color, color 63, which is this gorgeous clay color, would blend really nicely with this one. So it's like you could, I just want to show, like, you can see how you could easily manipulate your fade to go from working in the rounds to working back and forth and having your fronts and backs still match.
Or even that solid garter of the cowl on this, and then.
Oh yeah, you could pair them together to make it a little more flexible on your color play. And these are the exact same fiber content of the 80% cotton, 18% hemp, 100 yards per ball instead of the 200 that the degradé are, so you have a little more flexibility in mixing and matching your colors this way as well, because you don't have to buy a whole bunch. This is a worsted weight yarn, so quick projects are the name of the game here. This next one is color 64, which is like a really dark toffee, almost caramel color. Can't help it. Color 61, this beautiful rose pink. So you could make your own ombre if the ombres of the other ones don't suit your fancy. Although I do think color 61 and color 101 would be great for a finishing out transition, because that's almost the exact same pink. You could probably just do two rows and be done for your blend on that one instead of doing multiple 2 rows. Okay, other fun projects. We have the round the neck tee to knit, because we're getting fancy with our names, which is going to take 5 to 7 skeins for a 30 to a 50. But I thought it was fun because instead of just all stockinette, it's seed stitch at the bottom, stockinette at the waist, and then seed stitch for the top. And it's got a really nice rounded neckline. There's not even a pickup to go back and do on that one, because the seed stitch gives you a pretty good finished edge. You don't really have to go back and do anything to it. It's not roly-poly. It's done. Only time I would go back and pick up is if I was like, oh, my neckline's too low. Then you just pick up, knit one round, bind off, and it pulls it all in really nicely. But I just like how simple that one is. And this one is also bottom up in the round until you get to the divide for sleeves. So you could really play with manipulating your colors on this one also. We have Reflect. Okay, this is super cute. I'm not in love with the third color on the button. Honestly, I just leave the button placket off because I'm never going to button it anyways. Let's be honest. Who buttons their cardigans? I feel like we need to do a poll of that. Like, who actually buttons their cardigans? So I'd just leave that off. But I love this diagonal slip stitch design where it's alternating reverse stockinette, stockinette. So you're getting a little texture play. The sleeves are reverse stockinette. That pattern is also on the background in this gorgeous V. So you could do it in 2 colors. You could do the sleeves in the degradé and then the body in the solid. So you'd get 2 degradés so that your sleeves match. And then the rest of your yardage in the solid. And it has from a 28 to a 62.
Wow.
And they double stranded their yarn, so we have to half this number. So no, none of the sizes take 3,500 yards. That's insane. It takes half that. But this just, oh, it's so cute. So cute. That might be needs to be on Anna's to knit list kind of project. Okay. I couldn't resist because Deb, where are you? Tiny dino cardigan called Hoodie Saurus with these cute little scales up the back and all the way up the hood. The whole sweater is just garter stitch, so it's a super easy sweater. Look, they found crazy dinosaur buttons to put on theirs, which I'm like, where'd you find crazy buttons? But it has sizes 0 to 3 months all the way up to adult sizes through a 60-inch, so you could totally match your tiny dinosaurus.
That's cute.
So ridiculously cute Hoodie Saurus pattern. I really like it just with the little toggles. Or if you can find ridiculous dinosaur buttons, that's even more awesome. But I don't know where you find ridiculous dinosaur buttons. But I couldn't not share this when I came across it. I'm like, where's Deb? Deb needs a dinosaur cardigan for the little one before he gets much bigger. Because it's a lot easier to knit for the tiny humans while they're tiny. Oh yeah, Helen, you could do that other sweater with no sleeves too and make it more of like a vest, and that would be super cute. Alright, if you're more of a blue palette, we have color 70, which is like an indigo. We have color 71, this beautiful powder blue. And then we have color 68, which is a sage green. This goes with the foresty one. This goes with 104. So there's the colors for the blue people. Okay, this one, if you've always been like, I love Stephen West shawls, but all that fingering weight yardage of 2,000 yards later, I'm never going to finish one, so I'm out. Here's one that's worsted weight, so it would take 3 balls of the degradé or 6 of the regular summer tweed, because it's only 630 yards.
Nice.
This is the Slumber Shawl. It is basically one giant feather and fan thing down the middle. So you've got lots of yarn overs down the middle. He faded 3 colors together. You can see a gray, then this mottled one, and then the gold. And then the whole border is that big feather and fan shape with an I-cord bind off. I just want to show this, like, not to pick on anyone, but just to show you guys, do not be hard on yourself if you have mistakes in your knitting. There's a snag right there. So even Stephen West's knits aren't perfect. I have cats. My eyes hone right in on snags because they happen a lot in my house. But so even the master knitters have boo-boos in their patterns. So don't be so hard on yourself when you have boo-boos. But you could do 3 colors of the solids and do like 2, 2, 2. Or you could just do 3 skeins of the degradé and let it do all the color changing for you. Like, I think that would be a great, great idea. Then we have this dilution cowl. It's got this simple, I like this because it's like your typical bandana cowl where you just do the little tab and join it in the back, but then you pick up stitches and add this border at the edge, like probably a knitted on border. But you've got this beautiful texture in the middle of garter ribs. This kind, I don't know if this is actually an I-cord or if this is part of the knitted on border, but it gives it an I-cord look. And then this beautiful cable all the way around the outside edge. Look how perfectly that turns the corner right there.
I think this is knitted at the same time, but that is a knitted on edging.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. This all the way through here is all at once, and then you turn the corner and go up.
That's fascinating. I might need to do that one.
Right?
Yeah, and I actually love doing this texture. It's a lot of fun.
Right? It's really easy. And I love the way they carried it into the cable border. Like, you can see that that's the same amount of garter as here. That's the same amount of garter as there. So it's all very well coordinated. That one would take, I'm thinking we probably have to half the yardage because they double-stranded too. And that sounds like way too much yarn for a cowl. So that's going to only be 2 skeins of the degradé or 4 skeins of the solids. But just this one, I just really liked the continuing around cable on that one. You got the different directions of knitting.
Sorry if the camera wanders. I'm like scoping out what I want for it already.
I do that all the time. Danielle's like, "Are you looking at yarn?" No.
Yes.
Sorry.
Ooh, that's cute.
Secrets and Storms cowl. This one would be really fun to do with a degradé and a solid so that you can get really fun contrast. This was actually originally done out of Rios, but it's got these little flower bubbles and then garter stitch stripes and then solid and then an I-cord bind off. So you only have this little section of pay attention and then the rest of it's back to easy street. I just love cowboy cowls. They're so easy to do, they're fast, they're very wearable. And this one is the equivalent of 2 skeins of the degradé. So you could do a degradé and 2 solids would be my ideal recommendation for that one. All right, I have a couple more colors and then a couple more patterns. Whoa, I keep breaking my clip.
Don't do that. We need that.
I know. It's
not breaking.
It's getting
springs off.
It's getting tired of doing its job, I think. You know.
We might need to replace it.
We might have a million binder clips, so that is definitely a possibility. Then a couple kind of more neutral colors. We have color 65, which is kind of this peachy cream.
Hi. Oh, okay. Wait.
Yep. Yes, that is your sister. Hi, sister.
Hi, I was going to say that. I'm like, wait, the name changed. Did I dyslexia that? But I did not.
And then color 60, which is more of the natural white of the plant fibers. So you can see a little variation in color just because hemp and cotton are not the exact same shade.
Maggie, we talked about you. I hope your sweater is on the collective.
I'm pretty sure I saw it on there this morning.
I didn't look this morning. I was...
The blocked version, not the on the body version. I don't think she posted the on the body version.
Oh, you totally should.
Yeah, we'll work on her on that one. All right, this one, really cute. Love the lace detail at the top because it's not all the same. Like, this one's a rickrack lace, and then this one has just like 2 ribs between the yarn overs. And then the rickrack lace, and then the 2 lines. So you're getting a little variation in this beautiful radial increased top. And then just knit, knit, knit for the bottom. This one would be really fun to do the degradé at the top and then blend it out into your solid of choice. But just your really easy to wear round yoke cardigan. Nothing crazy, and it has a size 32 to a 56, and it only takes 2 to 5 skeins of the degradé or 4 to 9 skeins of the solids, or the whatever combination of the two to give you your total yardage. And it's another fast knit, 15 stitches and 4 inches.
Nice.
Then we have the Cicada by Alicia Plummer that has a 35 to a 62 and a quarter, really cute, kind of oversized lacy cardigan. It's almost all mesh lace except for this little stockinette section at the upper body. But everything else, the shoulders, the sleeves, the hem, it's all mesh lace. So it's just this great casual, like, keep the breeze off of you summer top. The whole back is lace. Like, talk about vents. Like, your whole sweater is vents.
That's a really cute pattern.
Yeah, I clicked on this one and it was like, because I saw the name and I'm like, please don't be a kid sweater. Please don't be a kid sweater. Because I'm like, I could see this part and was like, that's really cute. But when it's a thumbnail this big, you're like, I can't tell if that's a kid sweater. And that one is 650 to 1,200 yards. So that is 7 to 12 of the solids or 3 to 6 of the degradés. Making my brain do a lot of math today. All right, one more.
Oh,
Couldn't
yes.
resist because I love
perfect.
this top. This is like an oldie but a goodie for us because Danielle and I and several customers all knitted this one together. Somewhere there's pictures that are proof of said circumstances. But it has a 29 to a 45, and it's just this really easy top that is stockinette with garter ridges at the bottom, and then this mesh lace at the top. So you get that kind of flash dance look. You wear it over a cami or a tank. It's so fast to do because the top part is done on big needles, and it only takes 500 to 600 yards because it's so holey at the top.
Nice.
Ridiculously fast knit. Very easy. The only shaping is a little bit of knit front and back so you can kind of see the little dots, like little waist shaping darts there in the stockinette part, but otherwise knits, purls, yarn over, knit two together. Everyone should knit at least one Sophia because it's super satisfying to make. It'd be really pretty in the degradés.
It would. Okay.
I know. Chop, chop.
Yep.
I know. I've been chopped on myself. So that is all of the amazingness that is the summer tweed in the solids and the degradé colors.
Nancy, I saw you wanted a purple, but this is
This
the only
one.
one that has purple in it.
I think that's the one she means.
That is number 101.
So let us, since I managed to actually talk fast enough, let's go talk about some classes. Tomorrow we have the It's All in the Lace Cowl class. So this one is for those of you who hear the word lace and turn around and go the other way, because lace does not need to be scary. Lace is easy. Just ask Susan.
It's easy.
I know none of you believed her, but trust me, it really is easy. I love the little hearts that this makes. It's like little hearts. But you had pre-work of doing the garter stitch before class. If you're like, I want to take it, but that's tomorrow, there's no way I'm getting my homework done, I'll give you a number, like, because I'll probably kick off the class and then pass it to Danielle like we did last week. I'll give you a number to cast on to just practice the lace. So don't worry, you can still come live to the class. If you can't come live to the class, don't worry. These classes are all on Zoom, so they are recorded, and we send you the recording after the fact so you can still learn the class. But no, that was that was a truck outside.
Sounded like knocking.
No.
Okay.
That was a truck. They're unloading
Yes,
stuff for
I
the
hear it
neighbors.
now.
Okay, then on the following Friday, the 29th, we have the Stop Short Crochet Cowl. This one is for those of you who like the look of short rows. but don't really want to do short rows. This one is just these rippling waves of varying stitches to give you that look, alternating between 3 colors. Worsted weight yarn, so you could use the Summer Tweed if you wanted a more all-season version of it. That'd be really pretty. Then on Friday, August 4th, we have the Defying Physics cowl. This one is an increase and an all decrease row and then an all increase row that somehow magically makes this beautiful texture that's not a scrunchy mess, and they don't really understand the physics behind why it works, but it makes this beautiful, almost woven looking texture on this really fun to do cowboy cowl. This was 1 skein of silky twist, right?
Yes.
So 200 yards of worsted weight yarn, which means you could use the degradé, and that would be gorgeous.
Oh, that'd be pretty.
You know, aren't you regretting that you didn't think of that?
No, but I could do a second one.
Okay.
Because silky twist.
Right, I know. One never
Speaking
regrets knitting with silky
Yes.
twist. Then on Tuesday, August 8th, we have the basic broomstick crochet cowl. Apparently I can't talk anymore. If you've never done broomstick lace in crochet because you're like, that sounds really hard, this is like, I'm going to call it efficient broomstick because we don't like to use the L word, but it's not doing all of the crazy twisty stuff that broomstick lace normally is, so it creates this elongated stitch effect that looks similar to dropped stitches in knitting. And of course, because I'm a bougie glitter girl, mine has some beaded silk and sequins. You can just do it all out of 1 yarn, or you can do it out of just 2 colors of the same yarn. The world is your oyster. Then we'll go back over to the counter because I don't really have a display for this one, but because you guys like the cast on class so much, we are going to do another technique class called binding off 3 ways instead of casting on 3 ways. We're going to do the sewn bind off, which is also known as Kitchener stitch. We're going to do Ginny's surprisingly stretchy bind off, which is super stretchy. It's
fantastic.
Like the difference between tugging on a piece of rope or tugging on a rubber band. And then a picot bind off for all of those beautiful projects with that picot edge that people look at and go, no.
Yes, do it.
Yes, do it.
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's worth it. We will teach you how to make it easier. So that class is going to be Saturday, August 12th. Okay. That's it. That's all the classes for now.
Okay.
I've got another one to add, but so hopefully we'll tell you about that one tomorrow. Them's the goals. And then last but not least, what are we wearing? I am wearing my timeless shawl. This is a crochet shawl. I've got it pinned in place with a leather scarf cuff because once you switch to that, you'll never go back. It's a cute little triangle shawl. It could easily be made bigger if you wanted because the repeat is pretty flexible. I'm just going to move the yarn so that Susan doesn't have to reach across the counter. It's just solid eyelet throughout the top part, and then you have this beautiful feather and fan border with a picot edge, which in crochet is ridiculously easy. But just a cute little shawlette, because that's the yardage I had. You could do it in worsted weight and just bump up the hook size like 2 sizes and make it bigger that way too, which would be the fast and easy way. And that is the timeless shawl. Ooh, I put that back on weird and you didn't even tell me. Susan's not a good friend. She didn't tell me my wardrobe malfunction.
Fine. It's crochet. It looks the same front and back, right?
Well, it was folded in weird.
Well,
it looked like an envelope.
okay. I got nothing.
All right. What are you wearing?
This one is pronounced Anubias, so think of that, but it's Anubias, Amubias. But you know me in short rows. Fingering weight yarn.
We're so surprised that your shawl is short rows.
I know, right?
In the right colors, that one would look like flames.
It would. I didn't choose that color.
You need to choose that next time.
Okay.
Because it looks like flames.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, like, you know, the flickering little,
Yeah.
little sections that float up and are disconnected. Like,
Yes. Awesome.
yes. So, okay. Thank you, you guys. That's going to be it. I've got to get everything moved to prep for a machine knitting class at noon today and get ready to open the boutique here in 11 minutes. So we'll see you guys all again tomorrow. Have an amazing day.